There are moments in history that redefine our understanding of the world, where something thought lost is found again, and in its discovery, it alters the course of the future. Today, we find ourselves at the precipice of such a moment. This is a story not just about gold, but about perseverance, ingenuity, and the extraordinary ability of humanity to uncover the hidden treasures of our past. For centuries, gold has been more than just a precious metal. It has been the very foundation of economies, the engine driving empires, and the symbol of wealth, power, and success. Ancient civilizations sought it, explorers braved vast oceans in search of it, and nations waged wars over its control. But what happens when gold, a symbol of prosperity, suddenly disappears, when it goes missing, leaving only whispers, rumors, and the haunting question of where it could be? For many years, the world wondered about the fate of a vast quantity of gold that had vanished without a trace. The absence of this valuable resource created a cloud of uncertainty, sparking a series of investigations, both official and unofficial. Governments, historians, and treasure hunters alike scoured the world for any sign of where this gold had gone. Theories emerged, ranging from plausible to bizarre. Some said it had been stolen, others believed it had been lost in the chaos of conflicts, or buried deep in the earth, waiting for the right moment to be discovered. But despite the best efforts of countless individuals, no one could pinpoint its location. As time passed, the mystery seemed insurmountable. Every lead turned cold, every map drawn was dismissed, and the hope of finding this missing gold began to dwindle. For some, the belief that the gold was lost forever became a bitter reality. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, there were those who refused to give up. They knew that history was not something to be left behind, forgotten in the dust of time, and they were determined to find the missing piece of this incredible puzzle. The breakthrough came when a fresh perspective was applied, one that combined technology, new methodologies, and an unwavering commitment to uncover the truth. It was not just a simple search, it was a relentless pursuit, an intricate dance between the past and the present. The world watched as new tools were used to scour the landscapes, analyze ancient maps, and even delve into the secrets buried deep beneath the earth. The missing gold, which had eluded so many for so long, was finally found. The discovery was not just the finding of a treasure, it was the unraveling of a historical enigma. What had once seemed impossible became real, and with it came a series of consequences that rippled through every level of society. News of the discovery spread quickly, and reactions varied from astonishment to disbelief. For some, it was a moment of triumph, proof that even the most stubborn mysteries could be solved. For others, it was a reminder of the fragility of our understanding of history and the incredible journey that knowledge often takes. But what did the discovery of the missing gold mean for the world? The immediate impact was profound. Economies adjusted, markets reacted, and the ripple effect was felt on a global scale. Nations that had long awaited the return of their lost riches found themselves at the center of a new economic reality. The gold that had been missing for so long was no longer just a story. It was a tangible resource, a key to unlocking new opportunities and shaping the future. Yet, beyond the immediate financial implications, the discovery carried deeper significance. It spoke to the resilience of the human spirit, to the unyielding determination to uncover the truth, no matter the odds. The search for the missing gold was not just about finding a treasure. It was about learning the value of persistence, innovation, and collaboration. It was a reminder that even in the most uncertain times, there is always hope, and that the past, however elusive, can always reveal its secrets to those who seek it. The way the discovery unfolded was also a testament to the power of modern technology. What was once an insurmountable mystery was cracked open by advances in science and innovation. Satellite imaging, ground-penetrating radar, and even sophisticated data analysis techniques were brought into play, helping to illuminate the path forward. It wasn't just a stroke of luck, it was the result of careful planning, methodical work, and an openness to new ideas. The success of the search for this missing gold was a demonstration of what happens when technology and human ingenuity come together in pursuit of a common goal. As the discovery made headlines around the world, reactions varied from excitement to skepticism. Governments, economists, and global markets reacted swiftly to the news. For some nations, the gold was not just a symbol of wealth, but a lifeline, a way to rebuild, to stabilize, and to emerge stronger from the challenges they had faced. The implications for global trade and economics were immediate, with shifts in market values and international relations. But even beyond the economic consequences, the discovery marked a turning point in how we understand our history and our relationship with the resources that have shaped our world. The discovery also brought with it a new wave of media coverage. Journalists, analysts, and commentators delved into the details of the find, tracing the path of the missing gold and exploring the significance of its return. The story of its discovery became not just a news event, but a cultural moment, a reminder of the importance of history and the ongoing quest to uncover the truths of the past. As the dust settled and the world absorbed the enormity of the find, it became clear that the discovery of the missing gold would have far-reaching consequences. It was a catalyst for reflection, not just about the past, but about the future. What do we do with the riches we uncover? How do we ensure that they are used responsibly, that they contribute to the betterment of society, and that the lessons learned from the past are applied to the challenges of today? In the end, the discovery of the missing gold was more than just the return of a precious resource. It was a symbol of hope, a reminder of the power of perseverance, and a testament to the ingenuity that drives human progress. It was a victory not just for those who sought the gold, but for all of us, for it showed that even in the darkest of times, we have the capacity to find the light and to build a future that reflects the lessons of our past. For many years, the disappearance of a vast amount of gold remained one of the most perplexing mysteries in the world of finance and history. The gold, once thought to be a critical asset to several nations, seemed to vanish without a trace, leaving only questions in its wake. Experts, governments, and treasure hunters had all invested countless hours, resources, and manpower in an attempt to locate the missing bullion, yet it eluded them at every turn. This enigma became the subject of much speculation, sparking debates and theories across the globe. The first clues pointed to an era of political upheaval and economic turmoil. Wars, revolutions, and changing borders had created a climate where large quantities of wealth, including gold, could disappear in an instant. It was widely believed that the gold had been hidden or stolen during times of conflict, but with no solid evidence, these theories remained just that, speculation. As the years passed, the gold's disappearance came to symbolize the fragility of history itself. How could something so valuable simply vanish without a trace? And perhaps more troubling, why had no one been able to locate it? As various search efforts were launched, each new attempt was met with disappointment. Maps were drawn, historical records scoured, and old records re-examined, but no breakthrough came. Every new theory was eventually debunked, and each search ended with the same result. The gold remained lost. Some believed it had been buried deep underground, hidden by those who knew its value. Others thought it had been smuggled away to distant lands, secreted by those who sought to capitalize on its worth. Yet no one could definitively say where it had gone. The very nature of its disappearance made the search all the more frustrating. Meanwhile, the world's financial systems continued to be affected by the shadow of this missing gold. Governments and institutions that once relied on it to stabilize their economies felt the effects of its absence. Its disappearance had not only caused uncertainty but had created a profound sense of loss. Some countries who had once been beneficiaries of this treasure were now left to grapple with the implications of its disappearance, while others turned to new means to secure wealth, yet still hoped for the day the mystery would be resolved. The missing gold was more than a financial asset. It had become a symbol, a question mark in the middle of an uncertain era. After years of failed attempts and fruitless searches, the moment came when the impossible became possible. The missing gold, which had haunted the pages of history and stirred imaginations for so long, was finally found. But this discovery didn't happen by chance. It was the result of a breakthrough in the methodology used to uncover hidden resources, a fusion of modern technology, expertise, and an unwavering commitment to solving a riddle that had stumped the world for decades. The key to the discovery lay in the application of advanced scientific techniques that had never been considered in previous searches. Satellite imagery, once a tool for monitoring climate and natural resources, was now deployed to map out areas that had previously been overlooked. Ground-penetrating radar, capable of detecting anomalies beneath the Earth's surface, was used to scan vast stretches of land and even underwater territories, areas thought to be too remote or uncharted to hold any significance. The old maps, once dismissed as unreliable, were now paired with new digital models, allowing experts to cross-reference historical data with current geographical landscapes. The search itself was methodical and systematic, unlike the earlier, more haphazard attempts. This time, the approach was based on precision and technological innovation rather than mere speculation and guesswork. Teams of archaeologists, geologists, and historians worked together, combining their expertise to navigate through a web of conflicting theories and half-truths. Each piece of new information was scrutinized, and every lead, no matter how small, was pursued with determination. It was during one of these systematic explorations that the breakthrough came. An unusual anomaly was detected beneath a stretch of land that had previously been thought to be irrelevant. A detailed analysis revealed that the ground beneath was disturbed, suggesting a potential storage site or hidden vault. The team dug carefully, and after weeks of excavation they found it, a hidden chamber containing the long-lost gold. The sight of it, gleaming under the harsh light of excavation lamps, marked the end of a mystery that had lingered for far too long. The discovery itself was staggering, not only because it solved a mystery that had fascinated the world, but also because of the sheer scale of the find. What was thought to be a small, misplaced stash turned out to be an entire hoard of gold, carefully preserved for generations. It wasn't just a treasure, it was an artifact, a snapshot of a forgotten era, buried in time, but now brought to light for all to see. The impact of the discovery was immediate and far-reaching. Economists, governments, and historians were left in awe of what had been uncovered. Not only did the find promise to change the financial dynamics of certain countries, but it also offered a glimpse into the past, into a period of history where the gold had been considered vital to the global order. The questions surrounding how it was hidden, who was responsible for its concealment, and why it had been left untouched for so long began to take on new urgency. This was not just the recovery of wealth, it was a glimpse into a lost chapter of history waiting to be uncovered. In the end, the discovery was more than just a financial windfall. It was a triumph of human ingenuity, a testament to the power of modern science and technology, and a reminder that the past, however elusive, can always be revealed, if only we have the patience and the will to uncover its secrets. The discovery of the long-missing gold did not merely end a historical mystery, it sent shockwaves through the global economy, shifting financial dynamics and reshaping market structures. The impact was both immediate and profound, with consequences reverberating across borders and industries, affecting everything from national economies to global trade. At its core, the discovery of such a significant amount of gold redefined the concept of wealth in the modern world. Gold has always been a tangible asset that people turn to during times of uncertainty, a store of value when currencies fluctuate and markets falter. In the wake of the discovery, it became evident that this influx of gold would have immediate consequences on the international financial system. With the value of gold historically being tied to currency stability, its return to the market raised questions about how its reintroduction would affect global exchange rates, central bank policies, and inflation expectations. For countries with direct claims to the gold nations whose economies had long suffered under the absence of these resources, the discovery was a lifeline. The gold, once lost, had the potential to stabilize or even rejuvenate struggling economies. Governments of these nations could now leverage this newfound asset to boost their reserves, secure loans at more favorable terms, and reinvigorate their fiscal policies. The discovery also sparked a wave of optimism in these countries, as citizens saw the return of a symbol of national wealth and stability that had long been out of reach. It created a sense of national pride, rekindling faith in institutions that had worked tirelessly for years to recover what was lost. In more developed economies, the reaction was mixed. While some financial analysts saw the return of the gold as an opportunity for diversification, shifting the gold's presence into sovereign wealth funds or national treasure reserves, others feared that its sudden appearance might destabilize global gold markets. The gold market had become more volatile over the years, with speculative investments and futures contracts dictating the price of the metal. Now, with the influx of a massive supply, there were concerns that the price of gold might plummet, causing shockwaves through stock markets, commodity exchanges, and financial institutions. On a broader scale, the discovery highlighted the importance of resource control in global geopolitics. Nations that were previously on the periphery of the global financial system suddenly found themselves at the center of attention. The gold's discovery had the potential to alter alliances, reshape trade agreements, and even shift the balance of power in certain regions. Countries that had been locked out of the traditional gold trade now saw an opportunity to become key players in the global financial system, eager to claim their share of the newfound wealth. The ripple effect didn't stop at gold markets. Other commodities, particularly those seen as traditional alternatives to gold, such as silver and platinum, saw fluctuations in demand and value. Stock markets experienced volatility as investors tried to gauge the long-term consequences of the gold's return. Nations with strong ties to industries relying on gold, like jewelry, electronics, and high-tech manufacturing, saw both opportunities and challenges. The sudden availability of gold, potentially at discounted rates, could benefit some sectors, while others might find themselves struggling to adapt to the new economic landscape. For the broader global population, the discovery sparked an intense debate about the ethics of wealth distribution. The return of such a significant amount of gold raised questions about who truly owned it and how it would be used moving forward. Would the gold be distributed evenly among the countries and peoples it was meant to benefit, or would it become yet another symbol of inequality, enriching the already wealthy nations while others continued to struggle? The discovery also served as a reminder of the long-reaching consequences of hidden resources. For decades, the global economy had functioned without the knowledge of this treasure, relying on alternative forms of wealth, such as fiat currency and digital assets. The gold's return forced a re-evaluation of how we define value, wealth, and security. It was a stark reminder that the global financial system, one that operates on trust, speculation, and scarce resources, could be upended by a single unforeseen event. The political ramifications were just as significant. The countries involved in the search for the gold found themselves navigating complex international relations as they jockeyed for ownership or a piece of the newfound wealth. Disputes over territorial rights, historical ownership, and economic compensation quickly emerged. International institutions like the United Nations and the World Trade Organization were called upon to mediate conflicts and establish frameworks for equitable distribution. In essence, the discovery of the missing gold was not just the return of a physical asset, it was a catalyst for a complete reassessment of how resources are valued and distributed in the modern world. It highlighted the fragility of economic systems and the potential for sudden, unpredictable changes to alter global trajectories. The economic implications, both positive and negative, would continue to unfold for years to come, shaping markets, national policies, and global relations in ways that no one could have predicted before the discovery was made. The gold, once lost, had become a powerful force, reshaping the global landscape in its wake. The discovery of the long-missing gold was not simply a stroke of luck, it was a testament to the extraordinary capabilities of human ingenuity and the transformative power of modern technology. For decades, the gold remained an elusive mystery, with countless experts, researchers, and treasure hunters failing to pinpoint its location. Yet it was the application of innovative technology, combined with a relentless human drive to uncover the truth, that finally led to the resolution of this historical puzzle. The key to the breakthrough was the development and utilization of advanced scientific tools that had never before been employed in the search for lost resources. For years, traditional methods had focused on historical records, eyewitness accounts, and physical searches of terrain, but these approaches had yielded little success. It was only when cutting-edge technology was integrated into the search that the possibilities began to shift. Satellite imagery, once used primarily for observing large-scale environmental changes, became an invaluable resource for mapping out potential areas where the gold might have been hidden. A combination of high-resolution satellites and geospatial data allowed experts to identify and analyze geographical anomalies that had previously gone unnoticed. These tools enabled them to zero in on the most promising locations, guiding further exploration with unparalleled precision. Perhaps the most innovative technology used in the search was ground-penetrating radar, GPR. This non-invasive technique allowed researchers to scan large stretches of land and underwater territories without the need for excavation. The radar's ability to detect buried objects and map out subsurface structures meant that vast areas could be examined for signs of hidden chambers or vaults, without disturbing the surrounding environment. It was this technology that ultimately revealed the subtle but critical anomalies in the landscape, pointing the team toward the location where the gold had been concealed for so many years. But technology alone would not have solved the mystery. The human element, the tireless determination and intellectual rigor of the experts involved, played an equally pivotal role. Historians, archaeologists, geologists, and engineers all contributed to the search, each bringing their unique expertise to the table. The work required not just the ability to interpret data, but also a deep understanding of the historical context in which the gold had originally been hidden. Years of study, collaboration, and careful analysis were necessary to understand how, why, and where this treasure had been concealed, and to synthesize that knowledge with the new technologies at hand. The human drive to find the gold was equally important. The search was not just a scientific endeavor, it was a pursuit fueled by passion, curiosity, and the desire to solve a centuries-old mystery. The team involved in the search understood that the stakes were higher than just uncovering wealth. They were searching for a piece of history that had the potential to illuminate forgotten chapters of the past. This sense of purpose, combined with their technological tools, allowed them to approach the problem with a level of perseverance that was unparalleled. It was the combination of technology and human ingenuity that led to the discovery. No one method alone could have achieved this outcome. The precise use of satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar was essential, but it was the intellectual and emotional investment of the team that made the difference. The careful cross-referencing of data, the meticulous examination of historical documents, and the ongoing collaboration between experts in different fields all played a role in connecting the dots and uncovering the location of the gold. The discovery also revealed the immense potential of technology to solve problems that once seemed insurmountable. In an age where data and information are more accessible than ever before, the role of technology in uncovering hidden resources is only growing. The success of this search demonstrated that the marriage of human intellect with technological advancements could achieve incredible feats. It reminded us that, in a world increasingly driven by data and algorithms, human creativity and problem-solving abilities still lie at the heart of discovery. Moreover, the process illuminated the evolving nature of exploration in archaeology. What once took years of digging, sifting, and combing through historical records could now be done with the aid of a few key technological advancements. The speed and efficiency with which this gold was located were directly attributable to the tools and techniques available today, tools that might have seemed like science fiction only a few decades ago. In the broader sense, the discovery reaffirmed the importance of pushing the boundaries of technology in the search for knowledge. It showed that even in the face of uncertainty, the right tools, combined with an unwavering commitment to discovery, can unlock the most challenging mysteries of the past. This was not just a victory for those involved in the search, it was a victory for technological progress, a demonstration of the ways in which innovation can illuminate the darkest corners of our history. In the end, the discovery of the missing gold was a reflection of what is possible when human ingenuity and technology work in harmony. It serves as a reminder that the quest for knowledge, no matter how elusive or difficult, will always be within our grasp, as long as we are willing to embrace the tools of today and the spirit of inquiry that has driven human progress for millennia. The combination of advanced technology and human determination had not only solved a mystery, but had also set a new standard for how future discoveries will be made. The discovery of the missing gold, while a remarkable achievement in its own right, holds far deeper lessons that extend beyond the realm of treasure hunting and economics. It serves as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit, the unyielding pursuit of knowledge, and the vital importance of learning from the past to shape a better future. The lessons drawn from this event are not just about finding gold, but about understanding the broader implications of what such discoveries mean in the context of human progress, history, and responsibility. First and foremost, the discovery is a testament to the value of persistence and perseverance. For years, the missing gold was deemed a lost cause, an enigma too complex to unravel. But the sheer determination of those involved in the search proved that no mystery is insurmountable when approached with patience and diligence. The teams involved, whether scientists, historians, or archaeologists, refused to be deterred by past failures. They understood that the journey of discovery often requires navigating uncertainty and overcoming setbacks. This persistence, combined with an unwavering belief in the possibility of finding the truth, ultimately led to the resolution of a centuries-old mystery. It teaches us that progress in any field is rarely linear and often requires the courage to continue, even when the path forward seems unclear. Furthermore, the discovery underscores the importance of collaboration and interdisciplinary work. The successful identification and retrieval of the gold were not the result of one individual's effort, but rather the outcome of a collective, cross-disciplinary approach. Historians provided context, geologists and engineers used advanced technologies to locate the gold, and archaeologists and excavators handled the delicate process of retrieval. The fusion of various forms of expertise proved that some challenges are too complex for any one field of knowledge to tackle on its own. It also demonstrates the power of working together, sharing resources, and combining perspectives to solve problems that would otherwise remain out of reach. This spirit of collaboration can be applied to virtually any area of human endeavor, from scientific research to environmental conservation, where interdisciplinary approaches are increasingly necessary for tackling the world's most pressing issues. Another essential lesson revolves around the importance of innovation and embracing new technologies. The tools used in the search, satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar, and other advanced methods were pivotal in uncovering the gold, showing that modern technology can solve problems that once seemed unsolvable. It is a reminder that embracing innovation can lead to breakthroughs in unexpected places. The search for the missing gold was a perfect example of how technology is not just a tool for economic growth or convenience, but a powerful catalyst for solving long-standing mysteries and addressing global challenges. The gold's discovery affirms that by pushing the boundaries of what is technologically possible, we open up new frontiers for exploration and progress. Yet perhaps one of the most profound lessons we can take from the discovery is the responsibility that comes with the recovery and use of valuable resources. The gold is not merely a commodity, it is a symbol of wealth, history, and legacy. Its return to the global stage raises important questions about ownership, fairness, and equity. Who should benefit from its rediscovery? How should the wealth be distributed? These are not just economic concerns, but moral and ethical ones. The gold's discovery offers an opportunity for nations, institutions, and individuals to reflect on how resources should be shared, how historical injustices should be addressed, and how wealth should be used for the greater good. In a world where inequality continues to be a pressing issue, the discovery reminds us that the fair distribution of wealth and resources is a responsibility that cannot be ignored. This brings us to another crucial takeaway, the idea that history, no matter how buried or forgotten, will eventually come to light. The gold had been hidden away for generations, yet it never truly disappeared. It remained part of the historical record, and eventually the right combination of technology, expertise, and perseverance allowed it to be found. This serves as a metaphor for the way in which history, whether personal, societal, or global, shapes our present and future. There is always something to be learned from the past, no matter how distant or obscured it may seem, whether it's uncovering lost artifacts, revisiting forgotten ideas, or re-examining overlooked events. History offers lessons that can help guide us forward. The gold's rediscovery is a symbol of how we must remain open to uncovering the past, for it is in understanding what came before that we can better navigate the future. The final broader lesson lies in the idea that sometimes the greatest treasures are not material at all. While the gold itself holds undeniable value, it is the journey of discovery, the intellectual rigor, the persistence, the collaboration, and the innovation that represents the true reward. The process of uncovering the missing gold shows that the pursuit of knowledge, the quest to solve problems, and the willingness to face the unknown can lead to rewards that transcend material wealth. The lessons learned along the way, the triumphs, the setbacks, and the shared sense of achievement are treasures in their own right, shaping not just the lives of those directly involved, but the entire world. In the end, the discovery of the gold is more than just the recovery of a physical asset. It is a story of human perseverance, technological innovation, and the responsibility that comes with unlocking the mysteries of the past. It reminds us that every discovery, whether a tangible resource or an intangible idea, has the potential to shape the world for generations to come. The broader lessons are clear. Persistence pays off, collaboration is essential, technology is transformative, responsibility is key, and the past always has something to teach us.